I don't know. It could definitely go either way. We are jumping into game 4. This is Team First Blood going up against LEGACi. Team First Blood on match point. Now, Dave, if I had to pick something, I mean, I feel like in the current situation, LEGACi may be looking a bit more traditional with the Akai jungle, but I like the Ling here. I think that if Kid can use it well, like you said, Joybot just needs to hit the Fatal Links, and if Kid can be patient and wait for a couple things to happen and then move into the back line, then I really like Team First Blood's position here in this game. But if they can't pull it all off correctly, it could be a problem. But the real bow on top of all this is Ayano on this Fermis helping drag out these team fights long enough for Kid to find those positions.
And absolutely, guys, we just got this incredible news in. Our one and only, all the way from the other side, woke up at 1 a.m. Miracle is back on the caster table. So without further ado, guys, let's quickly jump into this game with our lovely, lovely Miracle and Trax.
Hey, man. Guess who's back coming in with a coffee break? It seems my internet needed a coffee break too. But we're here, we're back into the game. Again, TFB and match point. I was here in the entire draft, but coming in again though. Perfect moment is Joymaj there is already going to be forced to use the flicker. I really like this Ling pick though, for real. I think it's gonna be very interesting to see how he actually puts that kill pressure down onto the Sicilian, especially I think the Selena as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you got to see the draft and everything, because that means, you know, me and Dave talked about it a bit, but do you think Team First Blood has the advantage here when we talk about drafts? Want to hear your opinion a bit, because I haven't gotten to hear it yet, and excited to see what you think, because I think we definitely have a spicy game ahead of us.
Right now, I mean, we're gonna have to see the fight first, as the turtle will be contested. Good kill pressure over. Joybot comes in with the Fatal Links as well, jumping in on towards Obi. Ken trying to go for the Retribution battle right now, as the Temple Blades will be popped in. That's the Retribution by Kid as well, securing the first turtle of the game. And, well, back to your question. For me, I actually really, I prefer Team First Blood's composition here because of the mid control that they have, and obviously just the 1-1 that has been the win condition for them for the past 2 games that they've won.
Yeah, and I mean, so last game it was kind of the X-Borg that helped Gina get to where she needed to be to get some of those picks, and this time they have the Fermis, right? So Gina can really kind of push in and really test the limits to get those weakness points off. So once again, Team First Blood knowing a win condition and sticking to it, not veering too far, and I'm glad of it, because this is how they've been doing it. But wait a second, walks right into an Abyssal Arrow. Almost a big engage there. Good combination there by the Fatal Links, actually. But the Call Altar comes in, and both teams actually are going to just disengage here, Trex. But yeah, I mean, at that point, right, it was just a very good positioning by Joybot. You notice that Gina doesn't have the second ability to get out from the Abyssal Arrow, so he just jumps in. Very initiative of him. Yeah, most definitely. And right now, Kid kind of controlling the map, and you mentioned, you know, lane control a bit with the side of Team First Blood, and it's definitely showing, right? Luffy already rotating up, being a little bit quicker than this Ruby on the map, than XP on the map. And yes, I did state that they'd kind of have a stalemate, but one thing is Luffy will most definitely have the advantage, I think, in some of these rotations and getting more involved in the team fights earlier on.
All right, in the bottom side as well, though, we are going to take a look at that matchup. Meanwhile, top side, Joybot, who saved that flicker, actually is going to be able to find the Fatal Links on towards gold. A good pick-off kill funneled over to Gina. And, all right, what do you think about this, actually, Trex? Because 4 games in a row, Gina, well, not Gina, but TFB have been given the 1-1 for free.
I think it's a huge overlook right now. Either LEGACi feels like they can handle it or not. But wait a second, Ken able to take that turtle. Nothing else. 2 major on the map. They may move on to Obi here, but I got a feeling it's going to be a disengage. But yeah, all right, so Gina dominates in game 2. maybe you let it through again. Gina dominates in game 3. At that point, you know, it's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But now it's a little bit too late because Gina has it again and is already a few hundred gold ahead of this Brody, is already winning out in this lane. So this could be, you know, this could be the nail in the coffin for LEGACi here, Mirko.
Definitely could, man. I mean, at this point, you really need to show respect towards the Wanwan, right? Who's been able to be such a massive factor to actually how they were able to close out game 2 and 3. It was the plays coming in, like you mentioned, game 2, triple kill. Game 3, just enabling the Wanwan. Even with the X-Borg pick, they were able to win just, again, by using the X-Borg as a distraction to soak in as much damage as possible, to bait a whole lot of resources from the enemy team, and the Wanwan was just free hitting across the board, right? With the Inspire, just honestly untouchable as well because of that itemization. If you notice, all 3 games, he always goes for the steel leg plates, even though he's winning in lane. So that's a respect given over to the enemy marksman instantaneously in lane.
Yeah, so there's the difference, right? I think Team First Blood, no, like, sorry, we kind of respect you guys. We do. Like, we're going to do what we can. But LEGACi just, it's like they're running into the wall right here. And now that we're at this game, this could be the wall that buries them, right? So we did have a pause. Joybaj has disconnected, should be back together soon. So as we jump into this, with this Wanwan getting through, right? LEGACi, I feel like their only opportunity is going to kind of come down to possibly some late game potential with this Sicilian, right? Maybe being able to get some picks off or get that impact bats and try to, you know, one-shot Gina at some point, or using Obi like we saw in game 1 to land some of these arrows. But it just seems like those are the only 2 heroes right now for me that can make a huge impact in this game.
All right, let's see. Right now, as we are going to jump back, resume back into the game, ladies and gentlemen, top side, does seem like, again, both teams are really just hovering, right? They don't really want to go for any unnecessary team fights at this point, especially LEGACi. They want to try their best at just being efficient with when they go for these engages. They have to wait for the neutral objective at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to kind of take back what I said, because LEGACi does... Once again, we're seeing them focus in on some big team fight combos, right? Almost everyone on their... But wait a second, XP may be in a bad spot. Ken able to get Kid away there, so they will be able to get away from that bad positioning. But again, they really seem to favor everyone playing a part in this composition, right? You get the Sanguine Claws, you have the Arrow, you have the I'm Offended, you have the Heavy Spin. But I'm wondering, like, if they don't get those things, I feel like that actually right there is all they have, right? You don't have anyone else that's really bringing big damage to the table or anything, right? And with Brody already taking this death, it's going to be a rough start for him, like, especially because a lot of people build the Brody with the BOD up front sometimes, right? Or the Endless Battle. So you kind of have an expensive kit to really get him rolling, right? To really be able to put out some burst damage. So taking deaths in this early phase is a very bad spot for gold.
Ooh, Joybaj goes in for the Flicker Fatal Links combo there. A bit too aggressive, only finding 1 member as Ken is still going to be able to secure the turtle. Crossbow Tang, though, opened up with the weakness points all there. Gold going to be the next target in that Crossbow Tang range, as XP is going to be able to actually soak in a whole lot of that damage. It's a 1 for 0 and traded in for the turtle, but LEGACi want to go for that mid lane turret. Abyssal Arrow placed in, connecting onto the Faramis. XP still trying to zone the other members away on this Ruby. Very good zone, as they are able to get a huge chunk of that mid lane turret's HP. But still, Team First Blood, they are going to back off. They do not want to overcommit, and both teams disengage.
And win or lose, Ken has done a great job at securing those objectives in tight situations. Even when he's alone or has 1 member against him, or 1 member with him, and he's up against 3 or 4, he's got some fast fingers. He's able to get that, but wait a second, big Fatal Links.
Massive Fatal Links over instantly, though. Kid, out of nowhere with a Finch poise, comes in. Very good communication. as that's also a kill on to Gina, who's now 3-0-1. We mentioned it might have been a mistake for LEGACi to let this hero go 4 games in a row, and right now it's showing. Kid instantly on the tier 1. That's going to be actually the Lilia pinned down. Ayano, not Lilia, my Faramis pinned down in the mid lane, taken out as Gina is going to be able to find a trade. So in the end, again, it's Team First Blood doing the exact thing they were able to do in Game 3. Taking the small victories little by little and actually punishing the overcommitments from LEGACi.
I mean, and Nash goes down as well. More punishment for the side of LEGACi. But the one thing that's different is this time you have Kid on the lane, right? Who's actually doing a decent job. 1-0-4, picks up kills. Now that we're 9 minutes in, I'm guessing he's gotten, probably 2 items locked in, starting to build up into that, right? And that's exactly what you want to see from a lane. This is a point where he's going to really start shining, and with Nash and Gold taking some deaths, they're going to be even easier to target, right? Even easier to wipe off the map quickly. So LEGACi's really going to have to be careful about how they approach every single team fight.
Oh, massive fatal links by Joybodge there as the Cult Ultra is placed down. Sanguine Claws though comboed in. It's gonna be Joybodge taken down. XP flickering forward to pick up the kill onto Ayano. Gina still able to kite away, has the crossbow tag ready, goes in for it right here. Not gonna be channeled just yet. XP gonna be taken down. Finally translated over to Ken. Kid gonna go in for the Tempest of Blades, who is gonna be able to actually escape from the range of Gold. Now onto the Lord, they secure it with the Retribution. Luffy is massive in the back lines, but the bad impact finds its mark onto Kid. Torn apart memory as well, sniping Luffy down. A 2 for 2. No, actually a 2 for 3. Joybodge was taken out as well. Ayano too, it's a 2 for 4 for the Lord. So in the end, who do you think it's worth for?
I think LEGACi kind of comes back there, but since the death counters are low right now, maybe it's kind of even in a sense. Team First Blood gonna pick up this tower, so now I feel like Team First Blood still wins out on that a bit, and now even more, Mirko.
Oh man, XP having a bad time once again, but the Abyssal Arrow is actually going to be able to connect. Second ability popped in instantly right here. XP is super tanky. He's able to actually withstand the entire duration of the crossbow of Tang and actually enables LEGACi to defend better here. Only the tier 1 turrets taken down in the mid lane and bottom side. It's very good for LEGACi and not too much value from Team First Blood.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Luffy is on that top side now. This is where he loves to be, in a clear lane, no towers to bother him, and we're going to see exactly what we saw in Game 2. He's just going to push in this lane, keep pressure on, and possibly get some picks. I think in that last Lord, Luffy had the right idea. He came in. The one who messed up, I think, was Kid overextending just a bit, gets caught by a Bat's impact that maybe he didn't expect, but was enough to take him out. So Team First Blood regrouping, but still really controlling the map right now, holding a 3,000 gold lead, feeling comfortable in making these plays.
Joybodge doesn't have the flicker. He has the fatal links, but he's not able to actually pop it off there. It's a very solid pick off by LEGACi with a solid Abyssal Arrow to start it off. Team First Blood, they need to stay composed in this position, right? They had the gold lead, they still have the gold lead, but they can't get picked off like that. Joybodge, a bit too happy going in for those flicker engages. A bit too much now. It's getting read out by LEGACi slowly but surely. Ayano as well, gonna be caught out, has the Purify. Gets out of the torn apart memory range. That's gonna be the crossbow tank popped in. Gold has the Wind of Nature. Gina actually still kiting away so well with the help of the Cult Ultra. Ken gonna be stunned up, and that's another kill over to Gina. And that's gonna be Kid jumping in. Finch Boy's out, double kill secured. It's a 4 for 0 out of nowhere by Team First Blood. They take a fight that's not in their favor, but they make it in their favor. Now Joybodge jumping in with the fatal links, but man, XP is able to use the I'm Offended Flicker combo to get out and even to chunk Gina low.
That was disgusting, Mirko. Gina really, once again, just pushing the limits, and this is what I was worried about for LEGACi with Ayano coming behind him to really help him push even farther, end up getting another kill onto Ken there after the crossbow of Tang was already popped. I mean, it spells for a clean win right now from Team First Blood. The thing that they have to watch out for, though, is, like you said, don't get too crazy, right? Because LEGACi does have potential with their composition. All it's going to take for them is one big setup, right? A nice I'm offended, something clean to happen. But if LEGACi keeps splitting up like we're kind of seeing now, they're not going to be able to do that.
Joyboj going in for the perfect match. Fatal Links over. Damage
Fatal
in,
link.
and look at the Cold Altar as well. It's gonna be popped in. Sanguine Claws trying to kite back right now. Ayano bringing him back with the Shadow Stampede. Torn apart memory, not enough to take him down, and that's gonna be a very good re-engage over from Kid with the Finch poise. Luffy soaking the damage. Gina dealing the damage. It's a 3-for-0 over to TFB.
Yeah, now we're getting to we're starting to get to that point of no return, right? The gas is running low, and at this point, we're all in because we're not going home. Team First Blood trying to just continue to keep up the pressure. They still have a Lord, and I think they know this. They think it's okay if Joyboj takes death. He comes in, he takes a big hit, but we get more.
And with this, they're able to actually take the base turret, right? Without the Lord. The Lord's still spawning in. And now, we're gonna have to see. With the Enhanced Lord spawning in, they might actually be looking for an end here. I'm not sure if they can do it though, because Nash is still just such a nuisance here as a high ground defense utility hero for LEGACi to actually play around up against this Enhanced Lord. And obviously, those Abyssal Arrows are gonna come pretty frequently now.
Oh, Gina walking right into this.
Oh no, Gina taking down. No, it's gonna be the Cold Altar clutch. Sanguine Claws though, able to buy some time. Ken taken down mid lane. Meanwhile, they actually end the game instantly here off camera. They don't give LEGACi a chance to actually go for the defense there. Good call from the Masha and obviously from Kid on the Ling.
I can't believe I missed that. I'm normally really on point looking at that mini-map, but seeing that play with Gina there and the Cult Altar coming just in time totally averted my eyes. Lord